Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Sunday, May 3rd, 2020, bringing you said information pertaining to COVID-19. And if you need verification for the storyline, log on to Politico.com. Trump contradicts top health officials with vaccine timeline and malaria drug claims. The president also returned to promoting a malaria drug that can cause dangerous side effects. And in this article is a video with an interview with Mr. Donald Trump. President Donald Trump claimed on Sunday that a coronavirus vaccine would be ready by the end of 2020 and returned to touting an unproven treatment for the disease, on both fronts contradicting his own health officials as well as companies developing and testing potential vaccines. "We think we'll have a vaccine by the end of this year, and we're pushing very hard," he said at a Fox News town hall at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. "We're building supply lines. We even have the final vaccine." He added that several pharmaceutical companies are close to developing the vaccine, naming Johnson & Johnson in particular. All vaccines currently in development are still in the early phases of clinical trials, and Johnson & Johnson has said the soonest its first batch will be available is 2021. The company has not yet begun human trials and doesn't expect to do so until September of this year. Pfizer and the German company BioNTech, however, say they have the potential to supply millions of doses by the end of 2020 if their vaccine candidate shows promising results in trials. Vaccines often take several years to develop, and for some infectious diseases, including HIV and Ebola, they remain elusive. Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, recently said it's within the realm of possibility to have a vaccine widely available by January, but only if drug companies are willing to assume the risk of beginning to ramp up production of the vaccine before it is fully tested and approved. Dr. Deborah Birx, the White House coronavirus response coordinator, told Fox News on Sunday morning that on paper it's possible to have a vaccine available in January, but whether we can execute around the globe is still in question. Trump on Sunday evening said he wasn't concerned about which country develops a vaccine first. "I just want to get a vaccine that works. I really don't care. If it's another country, I'll take my hat off to them," he said. But if another country beats the U.S. to the finish line in developing a vaccine, many are worried that Trump's withdrawal from international cooperation efforts, including his recent move to strip funding from the World Health Organization, the WHO, will limit America's access to the cure. Trump acknowledged Sunday that his vaccine timeline may go beyond what his own experts have advised, but insisted on his optimistic timeline. Okay. So, as I state, and also, there's information in this video stating what you need to know. It says the Department of Homeland Security accused China of hiding information about coronavirus, and I brought you that information just a while ago. So it could hoard medical supplies. Confirmed U.S. cases: 1,001,506,924. U.S. cases of deaths: 67,498. Okay. That is the said information. And at the bottom of this article, it also states that doctors would say, "Well, you shouldn't say that. I'll say what I think," he said. "I met with the heads of the big companies. These are great companies. I think we're going to have a vaccine much sooner than later." Further complicating the vaccine push, the Trump administration's agency in charge of vaccine development has seen turmoil in the recent weeks, with the ousted director claiming he was pushed out for raising concerns about the president's embrace of unproven drugs. In his town hall on Sunday, Trump also returned to promoting those drugs for malaria, hydrochloroquine and chloroquine, as a coronavirus treatment, even though his own administration has warned it carries dangerous side effects. He went so far as to claim without evidence that his rivals are pushing negative findings about the medication to hurt him politically. The Democrats, the radical left, whatever you want, would rather see people, I'm going to be very nice, I'm not going to say die, I'm going to say would rather see people not get well because they think I'm going to get credit if, hydroxychloroquine works, he said. The FDA has cautioned that this drug should not be used by patients with heart problems because it make them worse, and other studies have shown that the drug can react badly with diabetes medication. As more reports emerged about the drug's risk, Trump himself had stopped promoting it in recent press briefings, and interviews. But at the Sunday night's town hall, he blamed the new data on his political opponents. They do the false reports, he added. People aren't dying from it. They don't want to see a good result, and that's very sad. I thought this article had ended. I apologize. This is by Politico. So Trump is claiming end of the year. Officials affiliated with him are stating 2021. He's speaking of Johnson & Johnson, that he's spoken to these said companies, and that he believes it will be the end of the year. I'm praying for sooner. But as they state, it takes years with testing such as with Ebola, HIV. So who knows? And that's the problem right now, is adequate testing and a vaccination. Now he's also stating that he doesn't care who gets the test, the vaccine quicker, the soonest. Another country. He feels like people feel like making claims of negative results pertaining to this chloroquine drug, hydroxychloroquine drug, only to put a bad name on him. This is what's sickening about all this, see. It's the fact that it always comes back to Trump feeling annihilated by people, and that it's always about him. The point is, it's about getting the drug out to people, getting it adequately tested so it won't have adverse effect on people. But that is the thing about any drug. There will always be side effects of a drug. I don't care what you take, whether it's high blood pressure medicine, any type of medicine. But I'm praying for a drug soon. But it may be the end of the year. It may be 2021. But I think sometimes, no, let me shut up. Okay. Donald Trump speaks anyway without thinking. He's always talking out of turn. He's always just speaking because he likes to talk. I think most of you have figured that out. Any of you, as I state, that are woke and lucid, he's always talking. It is best to only speak of what the officials that are working with you have, the information that they have given you. Mr. Trump needs to take heed to that, if anything else. Stop talking about things that, one, you don't have knowledge of, and things you don't have proven. If the officials, medical officials, state 2021, then just say that. Just say, I'm hoping for a vaccine sooner in 2020. But my medical staff affiliates, people I am conferring with, are stating 2021. Be done with it. And all this BS about people are making up stuff about negative data pertaining to the drugs because they want to see him fail and they want to combat what he is saying about the drug and to make him look bad and to make the drug look bad. Well, first of all, the drug isn't a vaccine. They're using this drug, remdesivir or whatever, to help treat COVID-19 patients, and that is what is most important is helping people get well and saving lives. I brought you this set of information because I thought you might want to know. But that is the latest from Politico. If you need verification, it's that Mr. Trump is speaking ahead of term pertaining to COVID-19 treatments, and that he is not in collusion with the medical officials who have been giving said information pertaining to a vaccination for COVID-19. 9 minutes in, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just praying for our country. I'm praying for a cure, and I'm praying for adequate testing. That is what is needed, because sometimes, we can jump the gun in wanting things done quickly. But we also have to use common sense that you want adequate testing because you don't want to get a drug out here and it goes haywire and we have deaths from the drug or people becoming ill or any type of organ damage from taking a drug or other adverse effects on the human body from taking a drug that didn't get adequate testing. That's the said information pertaining to COVID-19, Mr. Trump and the naysayers, and yah. Mask up, glove up. Take necessary precautions when going out. Put all said items in the appropriate receptacles when you're done with them. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. God bless you. Bye-bye.